Hey, Colab Coach here, yet again to share some wise words of wisdom for the week. Um, yeah, before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell me what you tell me how I'm doing. If you think I'm doing a good job, let me know I'm doing a good job. If you think I'm doing a bad job or some things I need to improve on, let me know about that as well. I'm here for it all. And also, if you have some topics that you want me to talk about, I'm here to talk about those topics and share this conversation with other people, especially the people that are going through the specific thing that I'm going to be talking about in just a couple seconds. And like and subscribe. And so the topic for this week is when you are jealous of other people's relationships. When you are jealous of other people's relationships. Now, I'm not saying that you are. I'm looking at you right now, and I can tell that you're jealous. But we all, myself included, have been jealous of specific relationships. It's one thing to see a relationship, and especially like if you're single. This happened to me when I'm single. I was single. The fact that man, I wish this relationship was mine. I wish I had a relationship like this, or man, they've been together for X amount of years. Man, I wish I was in a relationship that long, or oh man, they've been married for X amount of years. I wish I was at that point as well. Comparison is something that's unavoidable. Jealousy is something that's unavoidable as well. But comparison is when you mix. Jealousy is when you mix comparison and negativity together. Comparison is it's not negative. I'm not going to say that it's negative because you can learn a lot of great things from comparing yourself to other people's relationships, how they do things a little bit better, and you can instill that into your relationship as well, as long as it's something positive. Now, jealousy happens when you see something that's going on in other people's relationships and you wish that that was you, and you become very toxic about it, to the point where you're constantly comparing your relationships with other people, and you are constantly diminishing or devaluing your current relationships with that you have right now because of what you're seeing. Maybe you see on social media. Maybe you have people close to you right now that have better relationships in your mind than yours, and that's what causes you to be jealous. I'm here to say that just because it's something that is human of us doesn't mean it's something that you need to dwell in or do or embark in because if you get to the point where you are putting yourself in a situation where you are constantly telling yourself, oh, this is not good enough, this is not for me, this is not what I want, this is not what I'm really pushing myself to do. I just don't like this. I just want it to be just like this. I'm not willing to put the work in. I'm not trying to even have a conversation with that couple. I just hate it, And it's sad because a lot of people tend to put themselves in this category because of what they see and what they feel like they don't have. Because of things that they don't have, they tend to just go ahead and put themselves in a box. I'm here to say, don't put your relationships in a box. Don't allow yourself to constantly harbor negative thoughts, negative energy, negative feelings towards anybody, any relationship, because you don't know what's going on behind doors in those relationships. You don't know what the agreements that they have or the lack thereof, but they will show face. They will show something that's positive. They will show something maybe braggadocious, and they want people to be jealous of that. But again, your relationships are your relationships. If you are at the point where you're not happy in the relationship, if the relationship is not adding to your happiness, that means that you have some work to do. That means there's some things that you need to work on. That means there's some conversations that need to be had. And a lot of times, instead of us having these conversations, we'll rather just go to social media. We'll rather just go talk to somebody else complaining, or we'll rather just keep it inside and not even address it. And I'm here to say, if you do that, if you constantly put yourself in those situations that you are constantly doing things to not help your relationship grow, how would it grow in the first place? How would you not be jealous? How would you not be happy? Yeah, maybe the person that you're with right now may not be that person for you, or the relationship that you have right now may not be the best. I get that. But if you are starting off on a negative state, or you're constantly in a negative mind state when it comes to relationships and relationships that you have, how can you ever progress? How can you ever put yourself in a situation where you are happy, or you are adding on to that happiness? A lot of times it's self-inflicted because we would rather talk about something rather than do something. And I'm guilty of that as well. It's easy to complain. It's easy to complain. It's easy to vent. It's easy to lash out. It's easy to get angry. It takes more work to find solutions. It takes more work to figure out how to be better. It takes more work to have those conversations that you've been avoiding. It takes more work to decide if it's better for you to leave or stay. It takes more work for you to use the things that you're comparing your relationships to and actually implement them in your relationships for a positive way, rather than say, well, I don't have this, I'm not happy, or I'm not going on these trips, I'm not doing ABCD, I'm not doing what they're doing, so that means I must be doing something wrong, my relationship must be terrible. And that's not the case. That's not the case. So it's, in a sense, we cannot be lazy when it comes to relationships. We cannot put ourselves in the state that we are jealous and then not do anything about we can't dwell in the toxic mindset and then expect positive things to happen for you in your relationships, current and future. Simple as that. So, to make this as simple as possible, when you are jealous of other people's relationships, think about it. We compare. I've compared relationships, but when you start adding negativity with your comparisons, that's when it becomes toxic and it becomes jealousy. Jealousy is not something that you should be doing on a daily basis. We're human. We're going to be jealous of things. But are you actually learning from those relationships, or are you just constantly comparing your current relationships to those relationships and complaining about it and being hateful about it, or keeping it inside and not even reaching happiness because you're not willing to address the things that are not working in your relationships that you're not happy with? You're not willing to have those conversations. You're not willing to express yourself. You'd rather just be jealous and complain. Don't be that person. Don't be that person, because you won't have a successful, happy relationship until you address the things that are not working out, so that you can make sure they are working out, even if it's not for the current relationship, for the next relationships. Remember, jealousy does not get you anywhere. It just builds hatred. You don't want to have hatred in your relationships. You want to have happiness in your relationships. So talk about your jealousy. Make sure you're comparing in a positive way instead of a toxic way. And we'll see what happens from there. But always, always make sure you're talking about it with someone that's going to guide you in the right direction. Simple as that. So if you're struggling with this, go to my website, yourcolabcoach.com. Fill out the relationship checklist. It helps you figure out if we're a good fit for each other, and then you can sign up for that free 15-minute coaching session as well. Free. Facebook Collab Coaching, Instagram Collab Coaching. All my series, all my videos are on YouTube, COLAB Coaching. Like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video and next conversation. Also, you can put a comment down and discuss what you want to talk about, want me to talk about with you as well, if you need advice or not. Finally, Fresh Eyes, Solve Problems Easier, Self-Love Relationship Project. It's available everywhere. Barnes & Nobles is an ebook. It's on Amazon. It's on Kindle. It's an audiobook. You can get it in physical print as well. Simple as that. Write a review. Tell me what you thought about it. If you liked it, great. If you didn't, great. It's fine. With that being said, share this with anyone that is struggling with just jealousy and having jealousy towards other relationships. It's not healthy, and we need to nip it in the bud right away and figure out why you have that jealousy. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye.